जया कुंज बिहार गिरिवरधारी वही जरा गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी वही यशोदनन्दन व्रजगणरञ्जना यशोदनन्दन व्रजगणरञ्जना यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदनन्दन यमुना तीरावनचारि यमुना तीरावनचारि यमुना तीरावनचारि यमुना तीरावनचारि जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद राधा कृष्ण एकात्मा दुहि देहधारी कृष्ण एकात्मा दुहि देहधारी अन्योन्ये विलासे रसा आस्वादन करी अन्योन्ये विलासे रसा आस्वादन करी राधा कृष्ण एकात्मा दुहि देहधारी राधा कृष्ण एकात्मा दुहि देहधारी अन्योन्य विलासे रसा आस्वादन करी अन्योन्य विलास आस्वादन करी राधा कृष्ण एकात्मा दुहि देह धरी राधा कृष्ण एकात्मा दुहि देह धरी अन्योन्य विलासे रसा आस्वादन करी अन्योन्य विलासे रसा आस्वादन करी. This can repeat. राधा कृष्ण एकात्मा दुहि देह धरी अन्योन्य विलासे रसा स्वादन करी राधा कृष्ण एकात्मा दुहि देह धरी अन्योने विलासे रसा स्वादन करी। राधा कृष्ण एकात्मा दुहि देह धरी। अन्योने विलासे रसा स्वादन करी। राधा कृष्ण एकात्मा दुहि देह धरी। अन्योने विलासे रसा स्वाधन करी। राधा कृष्ण एकात्मा दुहि देह धरी। अन्योने विलासे रसा स्वाधन करी. Any Mataji? Okay. So we are reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, chapter 4, shloka 56. So word to word meaning. Radha Krishna, Radha and Krishna. Eka, one. Atma, self. Duhi, two. Deha, bodies. Dhari, assuming. Anyoni, one another. Vilase, they enjoy. Rasa, the mellows of love. Aswadana Kari, tasting. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Radha and Krishna are one and the same, but they have assumed two bodies. Thus they enjoy each other, tasting the mellows of love. Purport. The two transcendentalists, Radha and Krishna, are a puzzle to materialists. The above description of Radha and Krishna from the diary of Srila Sarup Damodar Goswami is a condensed explanation, but one needs a great spiritual insight to understand the mystery of these two personalities. One is enjoying two. Sri Krishna is the potent factor and Srimati Radharani is the internal potency. According to Vedanta philosophy, there is no difference between the potent and the potency. They are identical. We cannot differentiate between one and another any more than we can separate fire from heat. Everything is absolute, is inconceivable in relative existence. Therefore, in relative cognizance, it is very difficult to assimilate this truth of the oneness between the potent and potency. The philosophy of inconceivable oneness and difference propounded by Lord Chaitanya is only the source of understanding for such intricacies of transcendence. In fact, Radharani is the internal potency of Sri Krishna and she eternally intensifies the pleasure of Sri Krishna. Impersonalists cannot understand this without the help of Mahabhagavata devotee. The very name Radha suggests that Srimati Radharani is eternally the topmost mistress of the comforts of Sri Krishna. As such, she is the medium transmitting the living entities service to Sri Krishna. Devotees in Vrindavana therefore seek the mercy of Srimati Radharani in order to be recognized as loving servitors of Sri Krishna. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally approaches the fallen conditional souls of the Iron Age to deliver the highest principle of transcendental relationship with the Lord. The activities of the Lord Chaitanya are primarily in the role of the pleasure giving portion of his internal potency. The absolute personality of Godhead Sri Krishna is the omnipotent form, transcendental existence, knowledge, and bliss in full. His internal potency is exhibited first as Sat or existence, or in other words, the portion that expands the existence function of the Lord. When the same potency displays full knowledge, it is called Chit or Samvit, which expands the transcendental form of the Lord. Finally, when the same potency plays as a pleasure giving medium, it is known as Haladini or the transcendental blissful potency. Thus, the Lord manifests his internal potency in three transcendental divisions. उमज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनेशलाखं चक्षुरोन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतः पदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सकल रघुनाथान्वितं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमा ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So I'm in a dilemma today. So topic of discussion is very exalted, the glories of Srimati Radharani, and it's a service also to me now to speak on Srimati Radharani. And the pastimes, I'm not qualified to speak much. At least some tattva we'll try to discuss. Who is Srimati Radharani? How does her presence helps us? Or only because of her we can survive in our practice to approach Krishna. Because all of us want to serve Krishna. But how to serve Krishna? Embodiment of that service attitude, the love for Krishna, is exhibited by Srimati Radharani. So let's see how we can do that. So it's quite a discussion, lot of discussion on tattva. Prabhupada already explains some of the tattvas here, like how the Lord's internal potency exhibits in the three divisions: Hladini, Samvit, and Sandhini. Three potencies, which is nothing but Sat, Chit, and Ananda in the spiritual world. Hladini potency, the Ananda potency, which is completely embodied by Srimati Radharani. And Sandhini potency is embodied by Balaramji, the existence potency. Entire spiritual world and material world is whose manifestation? Balaram's manifestation. So that is Sandhini. And Samvit, that Krishna takes care himself. So that Prabhupada discussed, and three potencies of Krishna, internal potencies. And one more was about Ashraya Tattva and Vishaya Tattva also Prabhupada discusses in the purport. Ashraya Tattva, yeah, Krishna is the potent and Radharani is the potency. So that also Prabhupada discusses in the purport itself. Ashraya Tattva and Vishaya Tattva. All of us are Vishaya or Ashraya? Vishaya, we are meant for enjoyment of Krishna, who is Ashraya. So he is the beloved and all of us are his, all of us are his lovers and Krishna is the beloved. We'll discuss that also sometime. And if possible at the end we'll end with Radhika Ashtaka. Yeah, this is today's discussion on जय जय श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, गौरांगी बेंगलुरेश्वरी की, नित्यानंद चैतन्य भगवान की, शिल प्रभुपाद की. So every year on the 8th day of waxing moon in the Bhadra month, that is in the Bhadra Purnima, we are going to celebrate. That is like 15th day. The 8th day of waxing moon, that is currently we are just beginning the Bhadra month. So 8th day, the Radhashtami is celebrated. The just last week we celebrated Janmashtami, and before that week we celebrated Balram Jayanti. So this is a very special month, like what we are going through: Balram Jayanti and Janmashtami and Radhashtami. So this is the 8th day of a waxing moon of Bhadra month where we celebrate. And one more glory of Bhadra month is on this next day of Radhashtami, from the Navami day, Shukdev Goswami starts speaking Bhagavatam. Shukdev Goswami starts speaking Bhagavatam, and on the Purnima day he completes and concludes Srimad Bhagavatam. And that day he gives the blessings also. Whoever donates Bhagavatam, gives Bhagavatam, keeping it on a golden throne. So he will achieve the lotus feet of Krishna like that. So it's a very special month we are going now. And the appearance of Radharani takes place just like Krishna, Swayam Bhagavan Krishna. He comes only in once in a day of Brahma. Same thing with for the Radharani also. Once in a day of Brahma, Radharani appears in this world along with Sri Krishna, her eternal consort. And this 15 days after the Sri Krishna Janmashtami, Radhashtami is taking place. So there is a appearance pastimes also Radharani. We'll try to discuss at the end of the session. Initially we'll see some of the little tattva point of view, because we need some kind of tattva to appreciate who is Radharani. Many times we take Krishna and Radha as an ordinary boy and girl in this world, which is not. We cannot be taking Lord so cheaply. Who is Radha? Who is Krishna? It's very, very important to understand. Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita his greatness, how great he is. Before even we go through Bhagavatam, we are recommended to read Bhagavad Gita. Even though Bhagavatam is the scripture of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, but we recommend first read Bhagavad Gita, so that we'll understand who is the Krishna you are talking about in Bhagavatam. We have to understand Bhagavad Gita very better. So similarly, we'll try to understand what is Radharani, who is Radharani, what is something like very special about Radharani, why we are so much fond of Radharani. So many acharyas say, I don't know who is Krishna, I know Radharani. They are in that level to discuss that. I'm only worried about Radharani. Just because Krishna is connected to Radharani, I'm just worried about Krishna. Otherwise, I'm not bothered about Krishna and all. So that much level they discuss upon, but we are not on that level at least. So we have to go through proper procedures before we reach the Radharani worship, how we can do it. In Vrindavan, if you go, everyone is chanting Radhe, Radhe. Auto also saying Radhe, Radhe. In one sense, it is true also. Like how means Rahade. Rahade means Raha. Means path. Give the way. But that becomes Radhe, Radhe also. So in another way, it is true in the sense that Radharani is the one who is showing us path. Rahade. So Radhe, Radhe they chant. So why they chant so much? Vrajavasis are so much after Radha. Even though Krishna is Vrajendra Nandan, he is the master in Vrindavan, but everyone is chanting name of Radharani. Why? So that we'll have some discussion. So people are very much attracted in this world for the knowledge. Everyone is known for their knowledge. Current intelligence, knowledge, current days, that is the talk of the entire world. Intelligence, artificial intelligence, how much knowledge you have, how much knowledge you can produce. This is the talk of the day. And now more and more things are coming. That is AGI is coming. All these things are coming up. More advanced than AI also, AGI. So knowledge is very much appreciated and well known, and it is famous. Who has the knowledge, he is very famous. But what kind of knowledge we are after for? Material knowledge, which is diminishing after few decades of our life? No, we are not after that. Especially those who are seeking spiritualist, they are not after material knowledge. Yes, as a matter of duty, they carry material knowledge with them, but spiritual knowledge is what we seek. And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Bahunam Janmanamante Jnanavan Mam Prapanchite Vasudevam Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. So he says, one who has this real knowledge of spiritual knowledge, who is he? He is a Mahatma. And what is his knowledge or conclusion of all the knowledge what he has is Vasudevam Sarvamiti. That is the ultimate knowledge that a person has. Krishna is personally saying in Bhagavad Gita. Some people quote from this scripture, that Upanishad, this Vedanta Sutra, that Purana. But Krishna is saying conclusion of all those things. One point, one place you have to come means what is it? Vasudevam Sarvamiti. Krishna is all in all. That is the conclusion of all the knowledge. If someone is coming to that point, he is called as Mahatma. Nowadays, there are so many people who are called as Mahatma for some material reasons. But Krishna gives the definition for Mahatma is very, very high standard. Everything in his life is for the pleasure of Krishna and satisfaction of Krishna. Such a Mahatma is very, very rare. Why he is rare? What does Mahatma do? What does he do? Ha. Continuously remembering Krishna, serving Krishna, and his life is meant for only to please Krishna. So that he says that Mahatmanastu Mam Partha Dhaivim Prakritim Ashraya. He takes shelter of me alone. Who? Those Mahatmas, none else. Only shelter for all the Mahatmas is Krishna. We have so many shelters in this world. Currently, our conditional life is one day we cannot survive with a smartphone. Without it, we feel separation. That kind of separation we should feel for the Lord. One day, if we don't come for morning program, one day we don't chant, or we're not able to chant nicely, one day we are not able to get up early, then we should feel desperate within us. The desperate that we feel now, phone is not there. That desperate, Govinda Virahena. That we should feel. So that is the ashraya that a great devotees takes in Krishna. The real ashraya. Such kind of devotees are called as Mahatmas, who really take shelter of Krishna. And how they take shelter of Krishna? It said, Daiviyesha Gunamai Mamamaya Dhuratyaya. Because they are able to take shelter of Krishna, they are easily overcome all the three modes of material nature. All of us are struggling with three modes: passion, ignorance, and goodness. We struggle to overcome that. We are bound by that. But only solution Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita is take shelter of me. Daiviyesha gunamayi mamamaya durathyaya. Very difficult to overcome. But mamevaya prapadhyante maya metam tarantite. To overcome all the conditionings of this material world is taking ashraya, shelter of Krishna only. And by taking shelter of Krishna, that is like in Bhagavatam also in the beginning, there is the topmost duties. So many duties are there in the material world. So many dharmas are there in the material world. But Krishna explains about the topmost dharma in the Srimad Bhagavatam through the mouth of Sutta Goswami. He says, what is the topmost dharma? Savai pumsam paro dharma yatho bhakti radokshaje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. The topmost dharma in this world is Bhakti to Adhokshaja, Bhakti to Krishna. That is the topmost dharma which everyone is recommended to do in this age. Not in this age, for every age also. But Sutta Goswami says, when all the sages of Naimisharanya asks, what is that one dharma we have to take care? Other dharmas, even if you forgot, no problem. But that dharma which we should not forget, or it's our existential crisis if we forget that dharma. That is paradharma, that is service to Krishna. That dharma, the devotional service to Krishna, to Adhokshaja. That is the topmost dharma. And how that dharma should be? Ahetuki, apratihata, unmotivated and uninterrupted. Any condition of our life, we should be able to do that. So this is the supreme occupation of all the humanity. That's the topmost dharma. And when that is done, what is the result or phala? When you do that real dharma, what is the phala assured? Yayatma suprasidati, the satisfaction of the heart, which everyone is seeking in this world. Little satisfaction, little peace, happiness. That is what everyone is after in this world, right? Everyone is after happiness. Anyone says, no, I am not after happiness. I want to feel more and more distress. Anyone on the Kunti Maharani side? Give me more and more suffering, more and more problems. No one. Everyone wants happiness. So Shastras are giving the solution how to become really happy. Yeah, there is some kind of happiness in the material world, material happiness. But that also is very clearly defined in the Bhagavatam. Soham Kshulla Sukhaya Dukkham. People are ready to take for Kshulla Sukha. For Kshulla Sukha means very meager happiness. They are taking so much amount of dukkha. So much amount of dukkha they take for little Kshulla Sukha. they're taking. As Maitreya Muni says to Vidura, that little bit of sukha, they're taking so much of trouble. But here it is said, you serve Krishna, susukam kartum avyayam. Huh? Very easy to perform, very easy to do. But still, we are, what we can say, the living entities are adamantly going against the will of the Lord. They reject the God. They don't want to worship the God because of their ego. If I don't want to surrender. Surrender, their definition of surrender is, I have to put my head under someone. Then no, I can't do anything. Like they do, no, hands up. Without, I can't do anything else, so let me surrender to the police who has come. So not, that is not the way devotees surrender to Krishna. So the surrender is a very bad word or bad translation for Sharanagati. Sharanagati is a very pleasurable or like what you say, very intimate relationship that takes place when Sharanagati happens between devotee and the Lord. Just like the baby surrenders to the mother. That is like a, that's how we have to surrender to the Lord. We don't have anyone else to take shelter than the Lord Krishna. That mode we take shelter of Krishna. That is the real Saranagati. And that is done, then the real satisfaction comes. Naturally it will come up. Bhakti, para isha anubhava, viraktir, anyatracha. So, isha anubhava we feel when we surrender to Krishna. Because we are not able to surrender to Krishna, we are not able to feel that isha anubhava. We are not feel. But those who surrender, those who take shelter of the while chanting the holy name, while being in kirtan, just remember Lord and offer some heartfelt prayers when you're chanting, when you're in front of the deities. In front of the deities, it's not just eye exercise. Okay, let me see everything is there. It's not just an eye exercise, but we have from the heart also we have to offer some heartfelt prayers. It may be from the acharyas and Bhagavatam prayers, but the most best is from the heart you pray. That is touches the Lord very much. Just like a baby, he cannot call out father, mother. He may call papa, means very, what do you say, small, tiny words, broken words he may say. But those words are very pleasing to the parents. The broken words of children. Same way, our broken prayers is from the heartfelt mood when we offer to Krishna. That is very dear to for Krishna to hear. Big Sanskrit poetries may not touch him. But the heartfelt prayers we offer from our heart, that will touch Krishna. So that is there. So that gives a satisfaction for us. When we give satisfy Krishna, naturally we get satisfaction. But we run after satisfying ourselves in this world. When I satisfy my senses, when I satisfy my tongue, my eyes, my, so much of mama and aham is there. When we satisfy that mama and aham, we feel we are getting happiness. No, we don't get by that. It's very clear. Only when you satisfy the root of the tree, entire tree gets satisfied. Not by the leaf or twigs or the branches of the tree. So this very difficult to accept in the beginning, but when you start doing it, you yourself will feel. When you start watering the root of the tree, when you start feeding the stomach, naturally the body gets nourished. That is what you have to see by the result. Phalena parichayati. So this unconditional, uninterrupted service will definitely give the satisfaction of the heart. And this satisfaction is beyond any knowledge. Someone who explains so much of knowledge stuffs are going on in media also. This yoga, that yoga, this theory, that theory, so much of knowledge is coming out. But knowledge should end with love of God. That knowledge is after we should be seeking after. Knowledge should end with love. Love for the Lord. Love is ultimate. Like in the beginning, people start worshipping the God out of fear. You know, like I am from the region where southern Karnataka, where people have a lot of fear. There is a lot of like a ghost worship, bhuta worship. They say bhutas worship. They worship ghosts. So they are very much fearful of the ghost. If I don't do this for this ghost, there are a lot of ghosts. Different names are there. So if I don't worship, that ghost will do harm to me, my family. So because I should not get harmed by them, I should worship them. So ghost worship means naturally happens when afternoon, morning, midnight. So 9 o'clock in the night it starts. It goes till morning 5 o'clock. When you start Mangalarti here, their worship ends. That kind of worship background we used to have previously. Full fear is there for that worship. So much of fear. Like awe and reverence is there bit, but predominantly it is with fear. And whole night you have to worship. And you should be awake also. If you are sleeping, that's an offense. In the night, if you sleep, it's an offense. When that worship is going on throughout the night, you should be awake. and it's very costly also. The worship is there. I don't want to describe the details, but such kind of worship, out of fear, people worship some god in the beginning. But later, like even in Abrahamic religions also, the predominant factor is fear. If you don't worship the god, you will go to hell for eternally. You'll go to hell. Accept or else hell. That's what their slogan is. But we are not after. Krishna never says, accept me, otherwise I'll put you into hell. Krishna doesn't say. Karishe vachanam tava. Sorry. Yata ichasi, tata kuru. Arjuna, you do whatever you want. Whatever you like. That's our Lord. So, but we have to choose wisely after hearing from the Lord. That's our duty. So first is fear, first stage. Then comes desire. Out of our desire. Oh, if I go to Lord, Lord will fulfill my to-do lists. I have so many to-do lists. Lord, I want this distinction, nice house, nice job, nice spouse, nice, so many nice things. Nice. We see. So we are, people are thinking their own need, interest, concerns and expectations. So many nice need, interest, concern and expectations they put on the Lord. Out of desire, they go to the Lord. That is also fine. They are accepting someone who is superior instead of being an atheist. But much better than that is out of duty. Lord has given so much to me. I should do something for the Lord. Out of duty, we can do. That is out of duty. So fear, desire, duty. And when you cross over this duty platform comes love. Even if Lord doesn't do anything to me, I'm loving Him. I want to do something to Him. That is the topmost platform. So we'll discuss something on that. So oftentimes in the spiritual circles, if you see, the spiritual progress is defined by their knowledge. But here it is not by knowledge in Krishna consciousness. Whereas in Jnana Yoga path, advancement is by how much jnana you acquire. But in Krishna consciousness, you are focused, or only focus is chant the holy name of the Lord. Love for the Lord. Because it's not blindly you're doing it. Bhagavatam says it. Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha Janayati Ashu Vairagyam Jnanam Cha Yadahaitukam. Vairagyam and Jnanam Cha. Vairagya, renunciation and knowledge automatically produced as a byproduct of bhakti. When one performs bhakti, knowledge and renunciation automatically comes. So what do you say? Like we hold on that statement of the Bhagavatam and perform bhakti. It is true also. You see the great souls of the Lord. How much knowledge they don't have? Goswamis, the knowledge they had, immeasurable, the kind of knowledge they had. So when the bhakti is there, jnanam and vairagyam automatically arises. That doesn't mean, Prabhuji, I'll just chant, Prabhupada book nahi chahiye, I'd say. No, that is not the take-home message. We have to read Prabhupada book. So we need that. But exclusive attention for chanting is we have to give. So Bhagavatam describes, one develops pure love of Vasudeva or Krishna, then automatically knowledge and renunciation comes out. If you see the Shukadeva Goswami, how much knowledgeable he was, but still he was not so much happy or blissful. Atma Ramascha, like he was Atma Ram. Still, he found when he took the process of devotional service very relishable and ecstatic. So he was a jnani before. And when Shukadeva Goswami starts speaking, like the Bhagavatam, when it was spoken, who was appointed as a speaker? Shukadeva Goswami. And who is his audience? His own father and guru of his father and all the Saptarshis, great sages of the entire universe. Everyone came. Shukadeva Goswami was just a 16-year-old boy. He is speaking, and the sages who are having thousands of years ages, some are kalpa, so many kalpas of ages they have, they are coming and hearing from Shukadeva Goswami. Why? They had more knowledge also, in fact. But they could recognize Shukadeva Goswami's love and devotion. It is said also, like the Shukadeva Goswami was personally a parrot in the spiritual world. There is Shuka and Sari, the two parrots. So Shukadeva Goswami was a Shuka Sari. So that is one of the reasons when his father and his spiritual grandfather, that is Narada Muni, everyone was hearing from him because of his love and devotion. So this love and devotion is most important for devotees. Unless it culminates in love, we are not after for such kind of knowledge which doesn't lead to the, which doesn't touches the soul. Otherwise, so many people speak so much of knowledge in this world, it doesn't touch in heart. It only remains in the mind and intelligence only, which will never help in our crisis. Just like doctors, they have very good knowledge how drinking is very bad, smoking is bad, technical knowledge, research papers they have studied how smoking is harms their lungs. Oh, so many lungs also, diaphragms are there, so many things are there. While smoking, the diaphragms get stuck with so much of tar means some carbon substance, and all these things they know very cleanly and detailedly, they understand better than any of us here. Some doctors they know everything, but still they smoke. Then what is the purpose of that knowledge? The knowledge that they have got defeated because they are not able to follow the knowledge. So we don't want to have such kind of knowledge for us. Our knowledge should culminate in the love for the Lord, affection for the Lord. That is very, very important. And Mahaprabhu in the Navadvip Leela also he has proved. He was a Pandita. He was called as in childhood as Nimai Pandit. Nimai Pandit, a small boy Nimai. And Nimai Pandit as a small boy, when once the Keshav Kashmiri, a Digvijay Pandit had come to Navadvip to defeat, he has defeated all over the country. He has gone and defeated all the other big scholars and got Digvijay Patra, like the declaration of defeats from all the different peoples he had received. So he wanted same from Mahaprabhu also, Nimai Pandit. He wanted that. So he comes to Navadvip also to defeat Nimai Pandit. And actually, he wanted to defeat all the scholars, but all the scholars push Nimai Pandit. Small boy. Okay, if he wins, fine. Navadvip got saved. If he loses, anyway, small boy, it doesn't matter. So like that, they pushes Nimai Pandit front and okay, you go and talk to the Keshav Kashmiri like that. And then we know how I'm not going to discuss the full details how he defeats. So he defeats in such a way that without hurting the heart of Keshav Kashmiri, he defeats Keshav Kashmiri. Keshav Kashmiri was not an ordinary person. He had blessings of Mother Saraswati. Anything and everything in this universe, he knew it. Because Mother Saraswati is playing, dancing on his tongue. When we say, no, when you chant Hare Krishna, Radha Krishna is dancing on devotee's tongue. Like that, Saraswati Devi is dancing on Keshav Kashmiri's tongue. He could recite without any second thought, any shloka, from any scriptures. Everything he had by heart. And if you say, compose something, immediately he can compose. Okay, we are told, Prabhu, you write an offering for Prabhupada. Okay, Prabhu. Like it takes so much time to sit and write. In English also, not in Kannada if you want to write. So much time it takes to contemplate for us, no? Because our hold on the language is very, very weak. What we want to put, sometimes it doesn't come out. Like I really appreciate for His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu. He exactly puts, like what is there in his thoughts, no, he's able to put in his words. That skill Krishna has given him. That's why he's able to frame such a nice sentences and nice classes. No, it's very good. But many of us doesn't have that ability. We want something to be on the paper, we can't put. Then what we give? We copy and put it in the chat GPT. And rephrase it, make it fluent, or all these things we add and chat GPT has to give us. But Keshav Kashmiri was not like that. He could defeat chat GPT also. That was Keshav Kashmiri. So that Keshav Kashmiri who had best of the knowledge, but he didn't have what? Devotional service. Devotion he did not have. So Mahaprabhu then gave mercy to him later. That is there. So Mahaprabhu proved just by material knowledge, best of the knowledge, you can't gain anything. And Mahaprabhu in another pastime, this is Keshav Kashmiri having only material knowledge of the scriptures. But there was another Pandit. You know who? Devanand Pandit. Who was teaching and teaching and explaining Bhagavatam. Not any ordinary scripture, but Bhagavatam. That was also not sufficient. Just materially understanding Bhagavatam, reciting Bhagavatam is also not sufficient. Mahaprabhu didn't like Devanand Pandit's explaining Bhagavatam. He knew in and out of Bhagavatam. He knew commentaries also by heart of Sridhar Swami's and other acharyas also. Everything he knew of Bhagavatam. That itself was not sufficient. Because he didn't know how to practically deal with devotees. Bhagavatam explains about what? How to deal with Devotees. How dear the devotees are to the Lord. Entire Bhagavatam, if you can see on this angle, how Krishna is so much caring for his devotees, and that he could not get it. Because when Srivas Thakur had come once, oh, this person is speaking Bhagavatam, let me hear. And after hearing Bhagavatam from Devanand Pandit, he went to ecstasy. His so-called disciples could not tolerate. They wanted just like a meditation on Bhagavatam shlokas and other things. They just wanted silent meditation on Bhagavatam and hearing. But Srivas Thakur was like in ecstasy and chanting and shouting. So they got offended and they put Srivas Thakur out from the assembly. So that was not the way to deal with the devotees. All of them were not devotees. They were materially in a jnani tendency studying Bhagavatam. That was also not sufficient. So then comes Lord Chaitanya in Varanasi. Later, Devanand Pandit gets the mercy. We have in, if you see Vaishnava song book, one particular song of Devanand Pandit. The later his name becomes, after initiation, he becomes Devakinandan Das. So that one song is of Devakinandan. How much he is falling at the feet of the all the Vrajavasis, Navadvipvasis, every devotee's feet he is falling at, taking blessing. He understands later how important is devotees. Bhagavatam means devotees. That he understood later. So that is because of mercy of the Lord. Then comes Lord Chaitanya in Varanasi. Whom he dealt with Varanasi? Mahaprabhu? Prakashananda Saraswati. Best of the scholar, everything he knew. But Mahaprabhu, by his humility and the love for the Lord, he transformed the heart of the Prakashananda Saraswati. So love is always superior than knowledge. You cannot compare with love with knowledge. So knowledge is there, logic can be there. But what is pleasing to the heart? In our daily life also. The love and affection is more appealing to the other people than the logic. A person is saying always logic. You may not like it always. For anything he say logic. He doesn't care for it. Like just like husband and wife is there. The wife is saying, okay, this problem is there. So, like how, example, like her wife says to husband that when he comes back in the house at the evening, wife says, today there was no power. Then husband goes to the logical reason that, oh, why was there was no power? Okay, then I'll put this, I'll put that. Means he may go logically, but wife may not expecting that. Wife may be expecting, oh, wife may be expecting husband to say, hey, without power, how did you manage? Oh, are you okay? Means some concern and affection was the expectation from this side, not logical reasoning. So concern and affection and love appeals more than the logical explanation. So the love always superior than the knowledge we have. And then Mahaprabhu meets in Prayagraj. Like in Prayagraj, not Prayagraj, in here only Varanasi, then Mahaprabhu explains to Prakashananda that when he asks, hey, why don't you study Vedanta? You are a sannyasi, please come and study Vedanta. If you don't study Vedanta, you are such a young, beautiful sannyasi. If you don't study Vedanta, you may fall down. That was his concern. And Mahaprabhu says, my guru told, I am not qualified to study Vedanta. I am a fool. Better you chant holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That is enough for you. Vedanta is not required. You are not able to understand. And when Mahaprabhu shares his experience, after I started chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, my limbs start trembling, hair started standing on the end, tears are started coming from my eyes. I started dancing and chanting. When I went to my guru and asked, Kiva mantra dila? Gosai, japite hoila? Mana pagal. My mind is becoming mad by chanting the holy name of the Lord. What kind of mantra you have given? Then what does the Guru says? Yes, you have achieved the goal of life. This is what you have to achieve. So like that he explains to whom? Prakashananda Saraswati. Mahaprabhu explains. And then Guru gives another like a lifetime instruction. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama eva kevalam kalo nasteva gatiranyata. So this, decorate your life with this one verse. That is sufficient, he says. And hearing this, Prakashananda Saraswati was like, okay, but how this holy name is supreme? Then they goes into the intricacies of philosophy. Mahaprabhu, who was like initially humble, I don't know Vedanta, I am very small person, all of you are big persons, how can I be in front of your dayas. So let me be in the where you wash the feet, I will sit there. Initially, he was in a very humble mood. But when they become receptible for the knowledge that Mahaprabhu is giving, he quoted all the Shastras and scriptures and everything, left, right, center. Prakashananda Saraswati was like just mesmerized and he was convinced. Saraswati, with 60,000 disciples, surrendered to the Mahaprabhu, became his disciples. This is how the love and humility transforms the heart, not the just the knowledge. This love is very important. So philosophy is there, always it is there. But philosophy should lead to loving reciprocation to the Lord. Otherwise, such kind of philosophy will not help us. So very important. So Lord Chaitanya made it very clear. The only success of our endeavor is the degree we love Krishna, feel for Krishna, some service to Krishna should manifest by the knowledge. Only knowledge will not help us. Knowledge should lead to the reciprocation. And what is this love? And this love is like we know in material world there are so many different varieties of love. When we say love, generally people compare to the love between man and woman directly. But Prabhupada is very clear. Even Mahaprabhu also quotes in Chaitanya Charitamrita also that Atmendriya Priti Vancha Thare Bali Kam. Atmendriya Priti. Any kama or any desire, any activity which is pleasing to our senses, we do it. That is not love. That is kama only. Atmendriya Priti Vancha Thare Bali Kama. Krishnendriya Priti. You do any activity. Icha. Krishnendriya Priti Icha Dhare Premana. Premana. So that is prema. Anything you do for the pleasure of Krishna, that is becomes prema. Anything what we do for our pleasure, that is not love. That is becomes not prema but kama only. It's very clear. So, and Arjuna also asks, Krishna atakena prayuktoyam. He says, no, papam charati purusha anichannapi varshneya baladiva niyojita. What is that impels us in this world to do something wrong? I want this. I need this. What makes us feel like that? Krishna immediately, without any doubt, he answers to Arjuna's question. That is lust only, Arjuna. Kama yesha, krodha yesha, rajoguna samuddhava. This is kama, which is impelling us in this material world to do this, that, so many other things for our own desires. So this is not love. So love is very clean and pure, which is only meant. And one love, Prabhupada also mentions that okay, somewhat little good or something very closely related to the love is the mother's love for the child, because that is uninterrupted and unmotivated in one sense. Mother doesn't say, "Oh, my child is handicapped. I don't want this child." Mother will not say, "Oh, my child is blind. He's a black complexion. I don't like black complexion. I want a very white complexion with all the beautiful child I want. Then only I'll accept the child. Otherwise, throw it." Like that, mothers will not do. But unfortunately, current day mothers also do abortion and other things. That is pathetic. So love is not that. Love is very pure. So Lord Chaitanya also says, the topmost love, that is prema pumarto mahan. That is the topmost artha that we aspire for. There is 4 arthas in the material world. Karma kanda section of the people they give for. That is dharma, artha, kama, moksha. This is like what do you say? Purusharthas they say. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. But devotees are not after dharma, artha, kama, moksha. They are for Panchama Purushartha, which is called as prema, the love for the Lord. Because dharma, artha, kama, moksha, like Kulashekara Alwar, Kulashekara Maharaj, he says that bhaktistvai stiratara bhagavan yadisya. If one is completely engaged in the service of the Lord, dharma, artha, kama, samaya pratiksha, they will wait for their turn to come. If someone is worshipping Krishna, dharma, artha, kama is waiting outside the door of the devotee. Sir, do we have any service for you? Like that. And mukti mukulitanjali sevate asman. Mukti is in front of the devotee and asking, sir, can I serve you something? Please. Mukti is saying in front of the devotee. She is mukulitanjali sevate. She is asking for service. Who is asking? Mukti. And what to speak of dharma, artha and kama? They are outside the door only of the devotee's house. Dharma, artha, kama, they are outside the door. Mukti came inside and folding a hand and asking for some service to the devotee. Because devotee is completely absorbed in the prema for the Lord. He doesn't need mukti. Mukti, no mukti. He is completely mukti, like from the mukti also. He is not bothered about the mukti, devotees. Acharya keeps explaining this again and again and again. Kulashekar Alwar also beginning 3-4 prayers. He said, Bhave, Bhave, again and again, let me come. Let me come and serve you. Get your lotus feet at association of your devotees. And even in Shishashtakam, every day we recite. Mahaprabhu is saying, Mama Janmani Janmanishwari. He is not asking for mukti there. Janmani Janmanishwari. Even Vritrasura prayer, he also says, like, what is that? Aham hare tava padaikamula dasanu dasa bhavitasmi bhuyah manasmare tashapater pranamasti. Not this one, I think. Mamottama shloke janishu sakyam samsara chakre brahmata swakarma bihi. Samsara chakre, even if I go through the samsara chakra, by whose cause? My own karma, I am going through samsara chakra, but let me be always be at your lotus feet of your association of your devotees. Everywhere, every devotee is praying for this. They never want mukti. Always they're aspiring for this love. Love for the Lord. Association of devotees. Why they want association of devotees also? You might have seen many prayers in Bhagavatam concludes with one point explaining about Lord, please give me association of Narada Muni. Who is saying? Prahlad Maharaj is saying. And Dhruva Maharaj is saying, Lord, please keep me in association of your devotees. Prithu Maharaj is saying same thing. Parikshit Maharaj also saying same thing. Give me association of devotees. Why they want to be in association of the devotees? Because they want to remember and love Lord. Only when you are in a similar mindset, na, those who love drinking, those who love smoking, then if you are in their association, you will also love it. If you want to love cricket, be in association of people who love cricket. Naturally, you love cricket. If you are in association of the people who love Krishna, you will also love. That's why they want association. And not just loving, just by being with them. Then discussion. Paraspara anukatanam, pavanam bhagavaddesha. So mito rathir mito tushti. Mita tushti. Nivrittiratmanaha. So one will get love for the Lord when you discuss in the association of devotees. So this love, all this love, actually this love for the Lord is the ultimate self-realization. Self-realization means, the topmost self-realization means love for the Lord. Nothing else. And this love, where it originates, that is Radharani. Everyone is hankering, and after this love, satisfaction for the service of the Lord. This is origin of this love is Radharani. The potency of Radharani, Hladini potency, which gives the pleasure for our heart. When you are in the kirtan, we feel some kind of enjoyment. That is not material enjoyment. If you are in a mental level, definitely. If you are only thinking, oh, nice tune, that is a mental level enjoyment. That is not Hladini potency. That is some material potency only. But in the heart, when you are chanting the holy name, you feel some potency, some bliss, some special attraction to Krishna. You want to just watch the Lord and take darshan. Some special kind of intimacy takes place between you and the Lord. That is Hladini potency. So Radharani is source for this potency. And what is the summum bonum of all this love? Radharani is the summum bonum and embodiment of this love. What we are seeking for. People in this world, the love that they seek for is very, very insignificant. Even the jnanis, those who seek for Brahman, isn't it? Jnanis, no, they want Brahman, Brahman, Brahman. Impersonalists, they say. Everything is Brahman, Brahman. Brahman is also nothing but just a part of effulgence of Krishna only. But Krishna's complete expansion, like Krishna in a male form, same Krishna in a female form is Radharani. We just read the shloka now. Eka Atma, Duhi Dehadari. Eka Atma. They are one, but they have taken two forms. So Krishna, in the complete love, he embodied Radharani for that. And whatever little love we have for for Krishna, that love is also source is Krishna. If we want to love Krishna more and more, who can give that? Radharani only. If you want to love Krishna more and more, that potency of love is produced by Radharani only. I understand it's a lot of tattva, but first times, let's see a little bit at the end. So where this love come from? Radharani. How to achieve it? Only by the mercy of the Radharani only. Yeah. So in this one shloka is there, I just show you. This from Chaitanya Charitamrita again. If you see this. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vrikriti Hadini Shakti Rasmad Ekatmano Vapi Bhuvipura Deha Vedam Gatho Tau. So this, if you see the read the translation, it says, read someone loudly.
The loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestations of the Lord's internal pleasure-giving potency. Although Radha and Krishna are one in their identity, previously they separated themselves. Now these two transcendental identities are again united in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. I bow down to him, who has manifested himself with the sentiment and complexion of Srimati Radharani, although he is Krishna himself.
Yeah, Krishna himself manifests as Radharani. Krishna is the ultimate beloved, and all of us are the lovers of Krishna. And that love, that embodied by Radharani. We say now Bhakti. There is a Bhagavan, three things are eternal in this world. Bhagavan, Bhakti and Bhakta in this world. So but this Bhakti, who produces this Bhakti? Bhakti is produced by Radharani. And Radharani can give this Bhakti to us. Like in the previous week also I had a fortune to speak on Balram, so like just creating the mood for Balram Jayanti. We spoke something on Balram also. So Balram shows, or he's how he helps us in our spiritual life, giving the spiritual strength to do the activities, isn't it? So many activities we do in a spiritual life. Activities of serving Krishna, loving Krishna, some this service that. For strength, for all those spiritual strength to do spiritual activity is given by Balaram. But after doing those activity, what is your expectation? Pleasure, love. That is given by whom? Radharani. Are you able to connect? How Radharani and Balaram is playing a role? I think I have that. I'll just show you. Because this I was also not clear. Okay. Yeah, here. If you see this, Balram, if you see Balram. So Balram, his position is, he is the first expansion of Lord Krishna, Swayam Prakash. Whereas Radharani is not expansion, she is like a Krishna himself, but Eka Atma Duhi Dehadari, internal potency. So he is the first expansion, Swayam Prakasha. He is same as Krishna in every respect, except color and mode. So what is the function of Balram Tattva? Source of Sandhini Shakti, existential potency, because of which we have spiritual world and material world. Everything that is used to serve Krishna is Balram, that we discuss next. And the mood is of Balram is servitor of God. Though he, Krishna himself, his joy is in serving Krishna in every way. And what is our relation to us? He is Guru Tattva, Balram. And he is the original spiritual master empowering all the gurus to connect to us. Now if you see Radharani Tattva. So her position specifically mentioned, she is not a expansion, but Krishna's Hladini Shakti, the pleasure potency of Krishna is Radharani. When Krishna want to enjoy, who can give best enjoyment to Krishna? Radharani. No one else can please Krishna as much as Radharani. Radharani exactly knows how to please Krishna. So that is Radharani. So she is one with Krishna in essence, but manifests separately to relish love. Function, the Ashraya of Prema. So Radharani, the supreme most Ashraya. Krishna is the Vishaya. Radharani is the Ashraya of Prema. So the supreme abode of love for Krishna. She nourishes him with bliss, and through her all jivas receive devotion. So little bit devotion we have for the Lord. From where it comes? Radharani. That's the role Radharani plays. And what is the Balram's role in us? He gives the spiritual strength and all the paraphernalia we use for the service of the Lord. That is Balram. He helps us to serve the Lord. And after serving the Lord, what we expect? The pleasure, the love for the Lord. That is given by Radharani. So this is the difference between Radharani and Balram. Yeah, this is a very interesting shloka that this is from Padhyavali, where Krishna doesn't see anything. Only he sees only bhakti. Like in the Bhagavad Gita also we have a shloka. Which shloka is that? Bhakti is, Krishna sees only bhakti. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktiya prayachati tadaham bhakti upahritam Ashnami Prayatatmanaha. So the bhakti is emphasized there in that shloka twice. Krishna is only bhakti, not the thing we offer to Krishna. This is one shloka from Padyavali where Rupa Goswami, referring from one of the Acharya, he says, व्यादस्या शरणं ध्रुवस्य च वयो विद्या गजेन्द्रस्य का कुब्जाय किमु नाम रूपमधिकं किं तत्सुधाम्नो धनम् वंशाको विदुरस्य यादवपतेरुग्रस्य किं पौरुषं भक्त्या तुष्यति केवलं न च गुणे भक्ति प्रियो माधव. So Madhava is Bhakti Priya. He is a Bhavagrahi. He gets pleased by Tushyati, by only Bhaktya Tushyati Kevalam. Only Bhakti is required. And who embodies Bhakti? Radharani. That's why for Krishna, Radharani is the paramount of importance. Because Radharani exactly knows what Krishna wants. When we increase our devotion, it's actually Radharani within us is increasing. That's why devotee becomes attracted to, Krishna also get attracted to devotee. Krishna also wants to serve devotee. Why? Because the devotee carries potency of Radharani. Because devotee carries the potency of Radharani, Krishna becomes sometimes devotee servant also. He wants to serve devotees because Radharani's potency is there within the devotees more and more. So in this, if you see the underlined words like Acharanam, the Vyadasya, Vyada means a hunter. What hunter that? Who's the hunter who became very great? Mrigari. So Mrigari, if you see what Acharanam he knew, what kind of behavior he had, what kind of Acharana, Sanskrit, like the behavior, the Sanskriti, he had nothing. He didn't have any Acharan. Dhruvasya Vayo, small boy, what kind of maturity Dhruva had? So either character or Sanskriti or maturity, what kind of education Gajendra had? He was an elephant. What education Gajendra had? Kubjasya kim nama rupam. Where is the rupam? Beauty in Kubja? Nothing. Kubja didn't have any beautiful. She was a hunchbacked lady. She didn't have any beauty. And Sudama he didn't have Dhana. Where is the wealth for Sudama? Sudama didn't have. And Vamshaha, Kyu Vidurasya. Vidura was born in a very good Vamsha. No, he was a Dasi Putra. Shudrani's son. He didn't have any great Vamsha for Vidura. And Yadava Pate, Ugrasya, so Ugrasena. What Paurusham? Did you hear Ugrasena fighting with some army or anything? No. He was not having the Kshatriya valor, but he was a very great devotee of Krishna. So all these external material skills doesn't matter for Krishna. What only thing Krishna looks for is bhakti. Because bhakti is that which attracts Krishna. Because that potency is coming from Radharani. So Radharani is a very attractive to Krishna because that is what attracts Krishna only. Like she exactly knows what attracts Krishna. So that's what I think it's already 9:20. One or two points we'll discuss. So many things to discuss, but we don't have that much time to discuss. Unlimited things we can discuss on Radharani. Yeah. So that's what we have to serve in the mood of Radharani. So Radharani's mood is, we'll end with this thing. Her mood is explicitly explained in the Shishtashtakam 8th shloka. You know 8th shloka of Shishtashtakam? Ashrishya vapara tatam pinashtumam adarshanaad marmahatam karotuva yata tata va vidadhatu lampato madprana natastusa eva naparaha. So where Mahaprabhu is saying, because Mahaprabhu, you know, mood is of Radharani. Externally Krishna is coming, but mood is of Radharani. So he is explaining, this is the topmost level that the devotee feels. Ashlishyava padaratam pinashtumam. Where he is feeling whether Krishna is giving pleasure or not giving pleasure. Or rather, when I am feeling displeasure, I am struggling, that gives pleasure to Krishna means, yes, I am happy to be having displeasure. That is the mood of Radharani. If Radharani sees, oh, this devotee can serve better than me, Radharani personally goes to that devotee and asks, yes, please come and serve Krishna. I may not be able to serve Krishna. You can please Krishna better. Completely opposite what we think. Sometimes we have some tendency, I can serve better. This devotee, he can't do. I can serve better. But you have to see, we have to keeping our ego aside. Who can serve better? That should be the mood. Who can serve Prabhupada better? If I don't serve, if that devotee serves better, opportunity should be given for that. We should not feel difficulty. Who can do better? Things will happen when you get more services and other things. You'll understand. Now it's theory. Yes, Prabhuji, nice. If that devotee can do better, yes, he should be doing it. Now we can say easily, but when actually it comes to our life, Prabhu, this service that devotee will take care. You come out. Hey, Prabhuji, I did so much there, so much of investment, so much of my time, so much of my energy has gone. How can you say suddenly give up that service and do this? It's very difficult. We'll understand when that situation comes, but right now we can at least theoretically know that. So, serving Krishna, who can do better? Radharani is happy for that. I need not serve better. I should be assisting one who serving better. That should be the one our mode. That is the mode of Radharani. I should be assisting one who does better. And that one who does better may be our so-called in our years junior also. Who he joined after 1 year after me, Prabhu. How can I can serve under him? So these things should not come up. Then we are not in the mood of Radharani. Radharani doesn't bother. She wants Krishna service to happen perfectly. Who can please Krishna better? That is best. And she knows that. And she is the one nourishes our bhakti. And if you approach Radharani and pray, drop of that bhakti towards Krishna, that drop is sufficient to drown us. We should have that drop at least. That drop, once you have that drop, then we'll get hankering for the second drop. So pray, at least pray for the drop, first drop, then the second drop will hanker for it. So we have to pray to Radharani for that. And in fact, Krishna himself aspire and hankering for that Radharani's mood. That's why he appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Internal reason for Mahaprabhu's appearance is for this only. What is the reason? External reason we know. Or to spread Yoga Dharma, to propagate the holy name of the Lord all over the world. And Advaita Acharya is called keeping Shaligram Shila and what is that? Ganga Jal and Tulsi Dalamatrena, all these things. External reasons. Internal reason for Mahaprabhu's appearance is to understand the glory of Radharani's love. What is this? Like this lady is feeling for me. I am getting service from her, not feeling that much happy. She is more happy serving me than I'm getting served. I should be more happy, no? In this world, if you see, boss feels to be more happy. He has 1,000 employees below him. He's controlling them, manipulating them. We feel, I also want to become boss because I want to also control people and people under me and to show my prowess. I want to be also guiding so many people. They want that. They are happy with the followers. But here, completely opposite. Radharani is more happy serving Krishna than Krishna happy himself by getting served. This Krishna is not able to understand. So I want to understand that. So let me come as the mood of Radharani. So he comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Not just understand. He want to realize the qualities. It is said Krishna doesn't know about himself more. Radharani knows more about Krishna. Krishna doesn't know himself. Radharani knows more about Krishna. So I want to understand myself also more. Because Radharani knows better. So he takes the mood of Radharani and comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And not just to understand and realize his own qualities, but to experience the happiness that Radharani feels when she serves Krishna. What happiness she feels, no? She goes so much ecstatic. That happiness I also want to feel. Being a master, no. Sometimes I want to be a servant also. That's why Krishna becomes servant of his devotees. To feel that pleasure of being a servant. So there is a joy of servitude. Even Lord also wants to feel. All of us also has to. We want to do that. Joy of servitude. How joyous it is to serve devotees. Don't expect others to serve us. Lord, who is Supreme Lord, He is wanting to be doing service to devotees. And we want to be master. Prabhu, I am no senior devotee. I cannot do these menial services. Prabhu, this is new devotees does, Prabhu. Serving prasadam, new devotees can do, Prabhu. Give me something big. Go to that town and preach, Prabhu. That I'll take. Serving prasadam, cleaning temple hall. This is who does? New devotees does. No, that is not the mood. The joy of servitude is any service in which we can serve Krishna, we are happy to do. The most meaningless service also we are happy. Some devotee says, Prabhuji, you have toilet cleaning. Prabhu, you know who I am? I am in Krishna conscious for last 7 years. I am now senior devotee. How can you tell me to clean toilet? No, that is not our mode. Whatever service is given, yes, Prabhu, thank you. I'm more than happy to do this service. That is a joy of servitude. Being a servant, we should be happy. Krishna himself serves. He rides the chariot of Arjuna to feel that joy of servitude to his devotees. So this servitude we also have to enjoy. That's what Radharani enjoys. So when we become more and more like knowing this knowledge and explicitly about the mood of Radharani, you cannot become proud. You always become happy others' success. If that devotee is able to serve Krishna and he is successful, my God, amazing. That devotee is able to please Krishna more. You become happy with others' success. Directly contrary in this material world. If others are successful, he feels insecure. How he can get more package? Huh? How he is more successful? I should be more successful. Some people struggle hard, they don't get result. Become after that depressed. Why my struggle is not sufficient? Everything is opposite in this world. Rani feels happy for others getting success in service to Krishna. This is the mood in which Mahaprabhu comes to experience the joy of Radharani's appearance. So it's almost done. I'll just in 2 sentences say about Radharani's appearance. Appearance of Radharani takes place, I just said, in the 15 day, exactly 15 days after Janmashtami. Radhashtami is there. Both are Ashtami. So 15 days are there gap between Radhashtami and Janmashtami. And is the, what do you say? I think 7th day I said, no? Appearance happens on the 8th day of the waxing moon of Bhadra month in the Vrajabhumi only. The Vrajabhumi, the place called as Mukhyaravali, and now it is called as Raval. So in the Raval, Radharani takes birth. How she takes birth? Not from the mother's womb. Like Krishna, how he comes through his avatars. No? When Krishna wants to descend to this world no? in different avatars, he has full management system. First Swayam Prakasha, Balram, four Sankar Chaturvyuha. From that four Dwaraka Chaturvyuhas, there is Narayana coming from the Sankarshana. From that Narayana, there is another Chaturvyuha. From that Sankarshana, there is Mahavishnu. From the Mahavishnu, who is the Karanodakasha Vishnu, comes Garbhodaka, Kshirodaka, Super Soul. So when Krishna wants to take avatara, he comes through the Kshirodakasha Vishnu. But when Radharani wants to come to this world, how she comes? She comes through her consort only. Means all the goddess of fortunes are there, no? As Saraswati, Lakshmi, Durga, all other goddess. They are expansions of Radharani only. So one of the goddess is Bhudevi. So she appears from the Bhudevi. From earth, she appears. When Vrishabhanu Maharaj was like doing the service of doing the plowing the field, there she was found in the lotus petal. She was found in lotus petal, and Vrishabhanu and Kirtida was so happy. And then Narada also says to them, both of you were previously, some name was there, Suchandra and Kalavati. You were a Suchandra and Kalavati, so much tapasya you have done in the past life. Now, goddess of fortune only has come as your daughter. But one problem was, she never opened her eyes. Like she's not opening her eyes, not like she's not able to hear anything, not able to speak anything, as if like deaf, blind, and uh, dumb. She was like that. Everyone was worried. And Narada Muni knew Radharani has appeared in this world. And he was searching. And he found also Radharani in the room of, like in the court of Vrishabhanu Maharaj's kingdom. He found her. Then later he went and informed Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda also. So they brought Krishna. Krishna is how much years now? How many years? Just 15 days. Small baby. Krishna. So Krishna also comes. And when Krishna came to the house of Vrishabhanu, and Krishna, because Radharani was like not opening her eyes, she's not able to speak here, just okay, no movement only for Radharani's body. She had life, but as if no life. And when Krishna comes, I think that video that I have that. I'll show that. It will be very nice. Yeah, this one. I'll not explain. I think this is self-explanatory. Oh, audio.
At long last, God has listened to us.
Shabano.
In answer to our prayers, this precious little jewel is God's gift to us. You cannot imagine how happy we were to find this pretty little girl on a lotus bed, floating down the river, glowing as if bathed in a golden beam. So beautiful, so exquisite. Vishwan, tears in a time for joy. I wish I could have rejoiced at the birth now, but it has been 11 days since, and still she has not opened her eyes.
Devo.
Did you see Krishna touched her and she opened her eyes? Vishwan, perhaps your daughter wished to see Krishna first of all. That was why she didn't open her eyes until now. Therefore, I speak her name to you, Radha. Radha, may she be known amongst us as the first devotee of Krishna. But how good? I don't understand this mystery. Radha is still an infant. How did she recognize Krishna? Set your mind to it, and it defies logic. But seek within your hearts, and you may realize there is an eternal friendship. Radha is no ordinary girl. She is the feminine expression of the joy of life.
So she's the feminine expression of joy of life. So whatever joy we feel in devotional service has to be from the Radharani. So we have to pray to Radharani to get that. Many times devotees become sometimes depressed, Prabhuji, chanting nahi chal raha hai, theek se. Services are becoming difficult, not able to read Prabhupada books, but take shelter of Radharani. Ask for her mercy, one drop of that joy in which we can get. But you should do some endeavor, definitely required. We have to do some endeavor. So that is definitely required. So this joy we can get by serving Krishna. That's from the Radharani only. So Radharani, we can. Next Sunday is the most auspicious celebration of Radhashtami, and in our temple, I think Janmashtami is like Jivadaya, which become more public program. So much of Janmashtami around this thing, whereas Radhashtami is exclusively devotees will be there. We just enjoy. Janmashtami, everyone is busy. Even I could not attend Janmashtami. Everyone is busy with so many services in Janmashtami. We can't be in an Abhishekam, we can't be in like Kirtan, nothing. But Radhashtami, probably no service. We want. There are great devotees who take service even in the day of Radhashtami. For them, all humble obeisances. But Radhashtami is the day of celebration for all the Vaishnavas. We have to seek the like mercy of the Srimati Radharani, by which we can go ahead in our devotional service, life after life, even not just 1 year, next year, 10 years, life after life, we want to serve and happy. Okay, we'll stop here. Shri Prabhupada ki, Srimati Radharani ki. Okay, do you want to sing this Radhika Shtakam? Okay, if you're okay, I'm also okay. Thank you for the opportunity. So this is written by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, one of the best glorification of the Radharani and her qualities. It's too bit, no, no. But come, 2 bits you can play. Kartal. श्रीमती राधारानी की जय. कुङ्कुमाक्तकञ्चनाब्जगौरवर्वहारि गौरभा पीतनाञ्चिताब्जगन्धकीर्तिनिन्दिसौरभा कुङ्कुमाक्तकञ्चना वर्वहारि गौरभा पीतनाञ्चिताब्जगन्धकीर्तिनिन्दिसौरभा वल्लवेश सोन सर्ववाञ्छितार्थ साधिका मह्यमात्मपाद पद्मदास्य दास्तु राधिका वल्लवेश सोन सर्ववाञ्छितार्थ साधिका मह्यमात्मपाद पद्मदास्य दास्तु राधिका कौरविन्दकान्तिनिन्दे चित्रपट्टशाटिका कृष्णमत्तभृङ्गकेलिफुल्लपुष्पवाटिका विन्दकान्तिनिन्दे चित्रपट्टशाटिका कृष्णमत्तभृङ्गकेलिफुल्लपुष्पवाटिका कृष्ण नित्यसङ्गमार्ते पद्मबन्धुराधिका मह्यमात्मपाद पद्मदास्य दास्तु राधिका नित्यसङ्गमार्ते यमात्मपाद पद्मदास्य दास्तु राधिका सौकुमार्य सृष्ट पल्लवालि कीर्ति निग्रह चन्द्रचन्दनोत्पुलेन्दु सेव्य शीत विग्रहाय मार्य सृष्ट पल्लवालि कीर्ति निग्रह चन्द्रचन्दनोत्पुलेन्दु सेव्य शीत विग्रह स्वाभिमर्श वल्लवीश कामतापबाधिका मह्यमात्मपाद पद्मदास्य दास्तु राधिका विश्वकामतापबाधिका यमात्मपाद पद्मदास्य दास्तु राधिका विश्ववन्द्ययौवथा विवन्दिता पिया रमा रूपनव्ययौवनादि सम्पदानयत्समाहि वन्द्ययौवथा विवन्दिता पिया रमा रूपनव्ययौवनादि सम्पदानयत्समाहि शीलः दलीलया च सायतोऽस्ति नाधिका नियमात्मपाद पद्मदास्य दास्तु राधिका वातरीलया च सातयोस्ति राधिका नियमात्मपाद पद्मदास्य दास्तु राधिका रासलास्य गीता नर्म सत्कलालि पंडिता प्रेम रम्य रूप वेश सद्गुणालि मंडिता हास्य गीता नर्म सत्कलालि पंडिता प्रेम रम्य रूप वेश सद्गुणालि पंडिता विश्वनव्य गोपयोषिदालितोऽपि याधिका मह्यमात्मपाद पद्मदास्य दास्तु राधिका नव्य गोपयोषिदालितोऽपि याधिका यमात्मपाद पद्मदास्य दास्तु राधिका नित्य नव्य रूप केलि कृष्ण भाव संपदा कृष्ण राग वृंद गोप यौवतेषु कंपदा नव्य रूप केलि कृष्ण भाव संपदा न राग वृंद गोप यौवतेषु कंपदा कृष्ण रूप वेश केलि नग्न सत्समाधिका मह्यमात्मपाद पद्मदास्य दास्तु राधिका योगवेशकेलिलग्नसत्समाधिका यमात्मपादपद्मदास्य दास्तु राधिका स्वेदकम्पकण्टकाश्रुगद्गदादिसञ्चिता वर्षहर्षवामतादिभावभूषणाञ्चिता हम्मकम्पकाश्रुगद्गदादिसञ्चिता सहस्रवामतादिभावभूषणाञ्चिता कृष्णनेत्रतोषिरत्नमण्डनालिदादिका नियमात्मपादपद्मदास्य दास्तु राधिका नेत्रतोषिरत्नमण्डनालिदादिका नियमात्मपादपद्मदास्य दास्तु राधिका यक्षणार्धकृष्णविप्रयोगसन्ततोतिता आनकेन्द्रिया चापलादिभाववृन्दतोदिता यक्षणार्धकृष्णवियोगसन्ततोदिता एकदैन्यचापलादिभाववृन्दतोदिता यज्ञलब्धकृष्णसङ्गनिर्गताखिलादिका मह्यमात्मपादपद्मदास्य दास्तु राधिका अभ्यकृष्णसङ्गनिर्गताखिलादिका राधव दास्य दास्तु राधिका अष्टकेन यस्त्वनेन नौति कृष्णवल्लभा दर्शनेऽपि चैन जादियोषिदानि दुर्लभम् केन यस्त्वनेन नौति कृष्णवल्लभा शनेऽपि चैव जादियोषिदानि दुर्लभम् कृष्णसङ्गनन्दितात्मदास्य सीधुभाजनम् तं करोति नन्दितालि सञ्चयाशु साजनम् नन्दिताति भाजनम् करोमि नन्दितालि सञ्चयाशु साजनम् नियमात्मपादपद्मदास्य दास्तु राधिका नियमात्मपादपद्मदास्य दास्तु राधिका नियमात्मपादपद्मदास्य दास्तु राधिका नियमात्मपादपद्मदास्य दास्तु राधिका. So here Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami is offering prayer at the lotus feet of Radharani at Mahyamatma. Let my life and soul be at the lotus feet of Pada Padma, lotus feet of Radhika. And what I want to become? Dasya Dastu. I want to just become serve at the lotus feet of Radharani. Srila Prabhupada ki